Now we're going to install BMC Network Automation, sometimes known as BladeLogic Network Automation or BBNA or even BNA. This product has the following requirements. The Oracle 64-bit JRE 1.7 is not required for this installation, so don't install it. There's only one special character that you can use when you create user accounts and so on. The one special character that you can use is the underscore character. If you use a dash or a $sign or anything else, the BBNA installation will fail. Finally, fill out the planning spreadsheet. You're going to need it. When we return to the installer, installing BMC Network Automation isn't too difficult if you know what you're doing. As you see here, BMC Network Automation is loaded in the currently installing tree and is ready to install. Close the scorecard and review the welcome page. As is typical, take a VM snapshot of the BBNA target host and then continue. Review the location of the data directory and then continue. Now specify the OS user account. Create a user account to the database, for example, BNA underscore user. Do not use a dash in the name. Create a secure password and then confirm it. And for the Windows domain, enter the name of the Windows computer host. Do not enter an IP address or a fully qualified domain name. And then continue. Review the web server information. You can launch BBNA over HTTPS on SSL on port 11443. By default, HTTP requests are redirected to HTTPS on port 9595, but you can disable HTTP request if you want. We're going to leave the default settings. Now continue. And now create a new database instance in SQL Server. Give it a suitable name like BNA. Now you have the choice of either creating a new database user or entering the existing system account user. I typically use the system account user. We're now going to enter the database administrator user inputs. Enter the password for the SA user to the SQL Server database. Now you must create the name and the location of the database data file and add an MDF extension to it. Go back into the BNA target host and copy the location of the data folder and paste it into the database data file field. Enter the name of the file BNA underscore data.mdf. Now create the database log file. Paste the location of the file and name it BNA underscore log .ldf. Review the other settings and then continue. Now enter the settings to create a self-signed certificate. For the common name, verify that it's the name of the target host. Enter the organization name like IDD. Give it the name of your company. Add your city name as the locality. Add the name of your state. Do not use an abbreviation. Enter the full name and enter the country. In this case, the key store password is change it by default. You might want to enter a more secure password if you want to, and then click Next to continue. Review the memory and system options, and then continue. Enter the settings for BMC Atrium Orchestrator integration. Enter the password, which by default is admin123. Enter continuous compliance for network automation if needed. Use a suitable remedy username for the job. And then select the option to create an AO user account. Enter a secure password. Don't use any special characters when you create a password except an underscore. And then continue. By default, CMDB integration is enabled. Review the information and then click Next. By default, a virtual data center is enabled. Select Create CSM user account. Enter a secure password and confirm it, and then enter a full name. Review the remote directory selection and then click Next. Wow, that was a lot of content to enter. Preview the products and versions listed and then click Install. BMC Network Automation takes about 15 to 20 minutes to install. Ta-da! We've successfully installed yet another CLM product. We've just finished installing BBNA. Click Done to continue. In the summary panel, close the scorecard and review the installation summaries. Then click Next to move to the next installation. We're now hitting the home stretch. Next, we're going to install Platform Manager. Thank you very much.